Here he goes. I want to hear how you know how that feels like. That's a wonderful way to start the day.
We don't want to hear that story. No, we really don't.
This is always my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things to do. How many people are here for the first time? Welcome to the Supernatural family. So far so good, I trust. Who's been here? Richard, Rob, Shepard,
Misha.
Now he's just yelling names out.
I guess I heard someone making just like an incongruous noise.
Just make noises.
It sounds like my son Shep. We were so on the way in today. Genevieve called me to FaceTime. We were sitting in the car, and I'm like, "Oh, cool! It's gonna be my family." And they're usually so sweet when they wake up, and I answer it, and it's just Shep like screeching. I mean, a pitch that I would love to be able to replicate, but I can't.
I'll try.
Here I'm all heartwarmed, like, oh, my kids are gonna FaceTime me before my day, and then it cuts to them like fighting over an iPad to try and watch.
The best is his reaction. He's like, "Well, honey, it looks like you got things under control. Gotta
There's no purpose I can serve here. I'll let you deal with this. All right, well, hi guys. It feels good to be in front of family again. Anything you want to say before we start?
Nope. We are, let's see, we're almost finished shooting the season premiere.
No.
We wrapped that up on Tuesday, so we're off and running.
Yeah.
We'll be 2 episodes down.
Yeah.
Some half directed the first one. And now this is the second one that will actually air first, so,
Yeah, are you the second one or the third one?
I think it'll be the third air.
Got it. And we have, I don't know if any of y'all got to read some of the Comic-Con interviews, but the 4th episode, Baby, the episode called
We're talking about that, because we're going to put it on a level that it won't ever.
What's it?
He's like, it's going to be the best episode ever.
I love it.
It's certainly a cool idea.
Robbie Thompson messaged me on Twitter. He was like, hey man, let me know what you think about episode 4. And I was like, is he doing that because he really wants to know or because he's really proud of it? He wants to know. And I read it, I was like, dude, it's amazing. It's one of my favorites. So, it'll be pretty cool. Well, I think we probably have some people who wouldn't ask questions. I see some shadows there, but I certainly see a hand right here somewhere.
Hi guys.
Hey.
My question is for both of you. And Jensen, as a director, I'm curious. I'm curious for you when you're filming a scene as an actor versus your actor-director, how that is different. And for Jared, is it different acting opposite Jensen the actor versus Jensen the actor-director?
It's too early. It is. It's slightly different. Not that anybody else, I think, could tell, but I can tell because having done 220 episodes with him, I can tell sometimes because he has to be critiquing the other actors when he's, as a parent, as opposed to when he's just being and somebody else is directing. He gets to be part of the scene. Whereas if we're doing a scene and he's directing it, and there are, let there be light, and there are 5 or 6 other actors in the scene, I can see director Jensen. It's a bit of a different scowl. There's like the Dean scowl, and then
It's more judgment.
it's more. Yeah, totally. I'm like, that's Jensen right here. Not when it's a close up, but when the camera's elsewhere, I can see him kind of Jensening the actors compared to beating them.
It's now become a verb. It's, and sometimes I do certainly fall victim to that because it's hard to shut that side off and then just be creatively available in the scene as an actor, which is an interesting kind of thing that I didn't realize about myself until I started to direct, was that was a very necessary piece of me being Dean, was being just kind of emotionally and creatively available and not thinking about other things, just kind of being in the moment. That may kind of sound like actory, crap, but and it is. But it was kind of a real thing, and when trying to direct, it's much more of a logistics kind of headspace that I'm in. So to try and turn one off and turn the other on, and vice versa, is a little difficult, and especially when within the scene, I'm also looking at other performances and going, okay, is that, and I mean, less, obviously, not with Jared, not with Misha, not with Mark, those guys know what they're doing, I don't have to direct them at all, they show up, they know their lines, they know their characters, they're good to go. It's more the guest stars who come on who have questions, they're like, is this the tone that you want as this character, and it's not, so I have to keep kind of a mind's eye of that while in the scene with these people. And so that's probably what Jared's talking about, is he can look over and see me watching one of the guest stars and like, and then my assistant director, the AD, will yell cut. I'd be like, okay, let's go one more time. So listen, when you say this line, why don't we go with more of like a feeling, and then it's like, okay, and then I have to go back on my mark and go back into D mode. Which luckily I've done for a few years, so I'm able to kind of snap into that a little quicker. But yeah, it can be difficult.
On the plus side to both those equations is that as an actor, I've always preferred to, I don't want to say that. I've always had a special appreciation for directors who have been actors, because there can often be, with like a director who's maybe been an editor or a PA or whatever, they come in less sort of emotional, and they'll be like, do it faster. What does that mean? Like, do I have to pee, or like, an actor will be like, hey, remember, you have to put this person in action because y'all are in a hurry. Like, oh, I get the urgency now, as opposed to just focusing on how it's going to look in front of the camera, focusing on why it's going to look like that.
Yeah, a lot of times directors with acting backgrounds come at you with more of an emotional direction as opposed to just a physical direction.
Right, which helps you get physically where you need to get.
But then there's sometimes, we have directors that we work with and have worked with for many, many years who, if they're trying to come up with the right thing to say to direct us on an emotion, we can just be like, Bob, where do you want me to go?
Not to mention any names.
Yeah. But actually, Bob's very good at doing both. So but there are some that's just like, just tell me where you want me to go. I'll figure out a way to get there and make it work. So that's a luxury that we kind of have been working on a show for so long. So.
Thank you.
Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Hey,
Right.
I really love like how awesome you are.
Oh, thank you.
You're so great.
I picked it.
She was looking at me.
Sorry, Jared.
One's for Jensen. She just Jensen'd you.
I'll be her later.
Okay, but seriously, you guys are awesome to your fans. You care about us. So since you're so humble and not assholes, like you would be, have you ever met a true Becky, like stage 5 singer, like get this chick away from me?
Are there just 5 stages? This is the first time. Is it like the DSM? Stages of Becky now. I don't know. I still think, and I've just had to do a few interviews for the show, and everybody's going, and every year progressively, it's like, now you've gone 6, now you've gone 7, and now 11 seems kind of daunting also. And so I feel a legitimate, it's like an organic fandom. It's not like people just come up and go, oh my God, it's like somebody from One Direction. Like, we all, I know.
Who?
Saying is bad.
I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
But it feels more organic. Like we're here because y'all fought for us and we fought for y'all. It's not like here's our pedestal.
That means you guys.
Who's guys?
I'll be translating for Jared.
So it's more of like y'all. It's almost more like meeting a fellow alumni or something, as opposed to like, hey, we're hot shit. It's more like, hey, you went to school at UT, so did I. Oh, cool. So it feels more legitimate. So if there's somebody who's a big fan, it feels like it's for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm on the right like blog sites or something.
I think, well, yes, in the same kind of vein that Jared's talking about, I think that there is a connection that has been made through outlets like this that we've been able to make with you guys and you guys have been able to make with us. And I think that has, it's strengthened that connection to where when we do meet somebody that might qualify as a stage 5 cleaner, that's not our first reaction.
Yeah.
Our first reaction would be more to embrace them than to run away from them. And so I think that's something that's a trust and a relationship that's been built up between us that we're very proud of, and I hope you are too, and I think that hopefully that continues.
Thank you.
Go ahead and pick, you're on a roll.
I saw you in the 3rd row. I think I saw you earlier, so I'm gonna go with you again. Yes.
So, wait, let me take my picture first.
Okay, so I came to watching Supernatural because I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan, and you have been my celebrity crush since I was 16 years old watching Gilmore Girls, and like Dean and your character, playing Dean was like the
She's looking at me.
perfect point. So, one of the things that like is big with Dean, or one of the great things he did as a boyfriend was he made Rory a car, or like built her a car. So without getting
With Ed Herman, rest in peace.
Oh God, I cried when I saw that on Twitter, like as if he was my own grandfather. But anyway, without getting too personal into your personal lives, what is the most creative thing that you've ever made for your wives, Neil and Jen?
A couple babies. I've wanted to do that ever since the Bryan Cranston video from Nerd HQ. I don't know if you've seen that. Look up Bryan Cranston Nerd HQ. It's pretty good for those who haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, because you really did a whole lot in making the movie.
Who have you been
A lot more than she did for 9 months. You should take all the credit for that. I'll make sure she knows. Backfire.
I'm a bit of a, I don't want to say I'm a pack rat. Like
He's a pack rat.
I'm a pack rat. I'm not a pack rat, but I keep stuff.
Borders on hoarding.
I swim through stuff. No, I still had some, when Jen and I got engaged and we had been dating for a year, I still had like cool tickets from vacations we had been on or concerts we had seen, and I made a little scrapbook.
The 2 scrapbookers in the group were clapping. He has a room.
Dude,
I'm not allowed in it. I don't know. I designed her engagement ring.
Is it a bad sign? Just asterisk, it may be a bad sign that both creative things we did were before they said yes.
Well, when she said yes, what's the point? I'm kidding. Not really.
You want to give it a shot? Well, it's fun.
What?
You get to
Scrapbooking? I would rather not. Let's go right here. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in college and I want to go. Oh my god.
You're in college. She's in college.
Where? Here?
What? Where?
Yeah.
College.
She just said two.
Okay, I'm at the University of Delaware and I'm trying to go into acting. So what is a good step to start doing that?
I think you've done a good step. I mean, I've thought about this a lot. I've had a question like this before. I always say that really focus on you and who you are. You know, if you try to be, I spent too much of my early career trying to go like, be something I wasn't. And I think when I was on Gilmore Girls, like, it was like the spiky hair revolution, you know, and everybody was like, this and I think I was saved, and like, everybody was working out and doing the kind of, you know, late 90s, early 2000s thing, and I sort of luckily was on a show where I couldn't cut my hair, so I couldn't let myself want to become like that, you know, but I kept on thinking like, oh my God, if I don't, like, this seems to be what's getting hired right now, and this seems to be who's getting the jobs, and it's the people who like go to the clubs on the weekends and party and stuff, but it was never who I was. But I remember feeling like, is that who I should be? Is that who I need to be? Luckily, I couldn't entertain that, and now a lot of my friends who were that haven't really been able to express themselves via this art like I have. So I've kind of learned by mistake, just to be yourself, because that's all you have that nobody else has, you know, so that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, grow your hair long, I guess.
That was the upshot.
Moral of the story.
That was the moral of the story.
Yeah, there's a lot of different avenues, and there's no one kind of fail-proof way to get into the acting industry or the entertainment industry. Or it also depends on what kind of acting you want. You know, with theater. So there's a lot of different kinds of avenues that you can go. Again, there's no one way. Just pick which way you're comfortable with and which way makes most sense to you. If it's going to local theater and starting on stage, that's one way. If it's, you know, moving to California like we did and starting to grind it out, then that's another way. But there's really no one way. So just, I just encourage you.
Yeah, keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of law of attrition. You know, it's not, rarely ever is there like, oh, if I can just get this break. You know, I think it takes 50 breaks before you can kind of start to be happy with it.
It's a game of numbers.
It's a game of numbers, you know? It's not just like, oh my God, I got an audition, and it lives or dies on that audition. Like, just keep on pounding until...
Yeah, he and I both have lost way more jobs than we've gotten.
Hundreds and hundreds. One of my friends many years ago, and this I think is right before I got Supernatural, I was still a successful actor, you know, I was paying my own way and getting offers and booking roles, and I had a stack of scripts in my bedroom, and I think I was having a party in my house, and I'm having friends over for drinks, and it was like 15 scripts, and she goes, oh my God, is that all the auditions you had? And I was like, follow me, and I took her to my garage, and I had like hundreds of scripts, and I was like, those are all my auditions I've had. And I just had the scripts still because I hadn't taken them to recycling yet. And she was like, got it, I see. So, I mean, I had hundreds and hundreds of no's before I started getting some yeses. Or alongside, concurrently with some yeses. That was good. 1 for 1. I heard a oh.
Thank you.
She's waving.
Go over there.
You're next.
First of all, let me thank you so much for what you do with your celebrity status to help different causes. I saw Jensen with the Ice Bucket Challenge, and I don't have ALS, but I have something very similar. So I want to thank you for that. And Jared, I've had depression my whole life. I want to thank you for that also. And I would like to ask both of you your feelings on using your notoriety to help causes you care about.
Well, thank you. I am pretty passionate about using whatever platform I have to start. I'll speak for us both. We're both very, we're husbands and fathers and brothers and sons and friends. And it's difficult to learn how to make that first step. And we're trying, and we've started a foundation. Started kind of helping destigmatize things and raise awareness for things. I think it's something that we've wanted to do for a long time. We just didn't really, it's hard to find the right avenues. And also, in all honesty, we're working so much. If we're not working, we're flying. If we're not flying, we're with family. If we're not family, we're flying back to work. So it's difficult to try and find the right timing. But I think we're both very passionate about using our voices to make the world a better place.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I'm gonna go. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
For me personally, your Always Keep Fighting campaign has really helped me a lot. Without it, I don't know if I'd even be here today, so I'd really like to thank you for that. And I wanted to know if you ever thought that it would be as successful as it is, and that if you knew that how many people you actually help, and if you knew that so many people in the supernatural family are actually going through so much, and that you're helping them a lot.
I don't think we did know. I think it was a very kind of organic situation in which we heard a few things, and there had been some. We've been inspired by a few people, and he and I talked about things that we can do, and I don't think he and I ever assumed that we could make any kind of a difference. I would hate to think that we were that prophetic about something like this. So it all kind of came about very, like I said, organically, and it was just a really unique experience for he and I, and to have this kind of awareness and this kind of bond grow with you guys, and see the effect that it's having, and it fueled our inspiration to want to continue to help, kind of spread the word about issues like this, and also kind of reach our hands out, or reach our arms out a little further, and continue to hug people who need those hugs. And it's a continuation of what you guys do for each other as well, which is also extremely inspiring for us to watch how the community that has found itself through a little TV show that can support each other and present this platform in which we all can kind of have a voice, and I think it's pretty amazing. So, thank you for allowing us to be a part of that with you as well.
And that's, yeah. He hit it on the head, and it's frankly, it's not our show, it's not our campaign, it's our. I mean, we didn't do we didn't make the Always Keep Fighting campaign as successful as it is. Y'all did. We were part of it. We were two people as a part of it. It's blissfully we get to have a platform with some notoriety and a voice via social media or whoever we happen to be. But we're all cogs in this wheel, and we couldn't and wouldn't have done it without you. So you're a big part of that as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, the blinding light has got this line looking. Yes, somebody with hands over there.
How about right there in the blue dress? Yeah.
I just see the color. That's white and gold.
Look, you need your hand. Not this again.
It's actually blue and black. And for those of you who say it's not.
It's not, it's white gold, dude.
White, it is white. Oh, no.
Are you a white and golder?
I am. White.
No. Did you think it was blue and black? It was blue and black.
You mean when they show the picture of the other dress that they said was that dress? Yeah, that was blue and black.
Okay, I actually want to bring it back to the show for a second.
What show? Alright, what's up?
So Travis has spoken very highly of both of you guys, and he just adores you, but
We pay him a lot of money.
We're taller. He has to speak highly.
I would go for everybody on the show.
no, my question was, how do you guys feel about the Cole Dean and Cole Sam dynamic and where it could possibly go? Because I think he's a great addition, and I could see him being a hunter and learning from the two brothers and everything, especially with everything's coming up. I just want to know how you guys felt about that and what you see potentially in the future.
Yeah, wonderful actor, wonderful dude. And I think he could be a very welcome addition, especially with his background as a person. And Travis is he was a Marine, and he works with more charities than I can count. He's a very giving guy, and a wonderful actor. And I found him a wonderful addition, and I hope he gets to come back. Or I haven't read, he's not back yet as I know, but I hope he does. I think he'd be a wonderful hunter, and he certainly Cole has certainly done his research and done his training, so I think it'd be a very welcome addition.
Yeah, we've had so many great, talented people come through the supernatural door, and you know, unfortunately, it's only a 42-minute show, and we don't have time to flesh out every character and every possible storyline. Though I wish sometimes we could. He would be one of those people, and those would be one of those storylines. And maybe the writers can find a way to kind of take the story in a direction that allows him to come back in that character. But again, like I said, there's so many characters that I wish would come back. You know, I love the storyline with Benny to come back. I love, you know, the storyline with you know, the trickster to find its way back in, right? With Dad, you know. I mean, we brought Bobby back from heaven. So again, I think that it's with Charlie, yeah. So there's a lot of different characters and actors that have graced us with their talent. Whether or not they come back, unfortunately, we don't write the show. Actually, fortunately, we don't write the show. So we'll leave it up to the writers' table.
I can see Cole taking Dean's footsteps, like following Dean's footsteps, though. Like I see him as like kind of a
Militant.
Hey. Yes, I agree with him. He's done very well with that role. So.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right.
I see a jumper. I'm going to go with the jumper. And I think I like the shirt. Thank you.
Okay. So I wrote them down. Okay, I remember. So you both have played many different versions of yourselves and other characters, so I'm wondering, which was the hardest to transition into from regular Sam and Dean to the different versions?
I think Demon Dean was probably the farthest stretch from regular Dean that I've ever had to deal with. I mean, a lot of the predicaments that Dean has gone through, he's always kind of stayed true to his own character. I mean, even when we saw, you know, a glimpse into the future of what it would be like if the apocalypse were to happen, it was still Dean. It was just a slightly varied version. I think Demon Dean was really the biggest, the farthest away from normal Dean that I've ever had to do. And you know, it was fun. It was a little tricky to have him be so different, but then also keep a flavor of who he actually was, because it was still Dean. It was just a twisted soul version of him. So Yeah, I would go with that one. He's had to deal with it more than I have.
Yeah. I think I really liked Demon Blood Sam. It was pretty easy. Soulless Sam was difficult because I wanted it to be specific. Gary Sam was fun. That's what I've been giggling at, the sex. Probably the most difficult would have been Lucifer. Just because I had to kind of marry my idea of Lucifer with Pellegrino's idea, and kind of the way I made sense of it was that in Pellegrino's meat suit, Lucifer wasn't happy, so he was kind of conniving and a little mischievous, whereas when he was in Sam's meat suit, it was a perfect fit, right? And so he was able to kind of just be calm and angelic. And weird to go like, I'm gonna make Lucifer angelic. But
my favorite was Yellow Fever D.
I'm going way over there.
All right, I think this is our last one, yeah?
Awesome, yes.
Okay. All right, last question, make it good.
You could be a
I saw you
tree.
guys tweeted yesterday on Twitter a picture of you guys at the Pentagon. My husband works at the Pentagon, and he took me out of the house to come to con this weekend. And this is my first con, and
awesome.
I'm glad to be here with my family.
Amen, amen.
He said, since, you know, they were at the Pentagon and all and everything, no trip is complete if you don't walk away with a token. So he gave me points if you guys would love to.
Yeah, come on up. Good, because I didn't want the paperweight that I took off the Secretary of Defense's desk to be the only thing I took away from the Pentagon.
I was in the Army for 12 years, so a coin is very special. It has a lot of significance. It is made by a die, and once the coin is made, the die is destroyed, and so the coin can't be duplicated. And so that's a rare coin, and usually when you meet someone in the military, it's a tradition. You must keep it on you, and if you don't have it on you, you have to buy a drink.
Thank you, Barry. That's very cool. And tell your husband thank you for letting you spend the day with us. All right, that's awesome. Hey guys,
We love you guys.
thank you very much for being here. We'll see you very soon. Once again.